All right, so I want to introduce you to one of my friends, a great friend of mine. He lives in my neighborhood. We hike all the time. Guess how long I've been friends with him? Nah, about 7 years, from when we moved to Puerto Rico. He's a dear friend of mine. Many of you have had a chance to meet him. He's an incredible human being. Please welcome my great friend, Brad Cohen. Brad, come on up here, buddy. Where are you? There you are. All right. So, Brad, you're an early adopter. You moved to Palmas, you and Jackie and the family, 20 years ago.
30.
It was 30 years ago?
Yeah, our kids were babies and some weren't even here yet.
Wow, I didn't know it was 30. I thought it was 20. You know, you can always tell who the pioneers are because they're the ones with the arrows in their back.
Couple hurricanes.
You were a little bit early on Palmas.
Yeah.
I mean, there were more than one way in Palmas, but yeah, you were early.
Yeah, it's been a great experience.
It's been a great experience. Yeah, full of ups and downs.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll just give you one example. So when Brad came down, over time he bought a bunch of properties and started a property management company. And things were going great, and then the hurricane, right? Hurricane Maria, and nobody was in Palmas, nobody. But then FEMA came in and rented all your places.
Yes, they did.
It was like a windfall. So anyways, ups and downs, right?
Sometimes renting places without power, so, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy, yeah. So I want you all to meet Brad because Brad is with a company that is doing some incredible stuff. So I'll just give you a quick setup here. So Brad's company, they test electronic products, so on and so forth. So, for example, if Bose has a new pair of headphones that comes out, there's a whole testing regimen that takes time. They go through, they test everything, et cetera, et cetera. Turns out that people that have autism seem to be pretty good at this. And as a result, he has a company that companies outsource this testing to, and all of your employees are autistic.
Yes, they are.
It's really cool. Tell them a little bit about the company. Yeah, it's really awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a social enterprise, and it's called Autonomy Works. And it was founded by a gentleman who has an autistic son. His name is Dave Friedman, and he was an ad exec. He was a very well-known, successful ad guy. And he always realized, you know, this is back in the day when you would get a Sunday paper, the inside was a Sears magazine insert, you know, a small magazine. And he always realized that the details are really, really important. You can imagine if Sears came out with a shirt and it was mispriced or something. And that detailed work is done quality assurance. It's just verification, data verification. And he realized that his son, his autistic adult son, who could never get a job because of, you know, issues that they have, would be really perfect at this. So he started this company, and that's one of our main focuses is ad operations, ad testing. As it's moved into a digital world, many of your companies buy digital ads. Well, do you really know that they're where they're supposed to be and it's all correct? Well, companies like Autonomy Works test that.
That's so cool. How many employees do you have at Autonomy Works?
We have about 80. We have about 60 on the digital teams and the quality assurance testing teams. We have many global brands that we test for. Granger being our largest client. They have, I don't know, 2 or 3 million items on their websites. And if you're buying an industrial $200,000 generator, you want to make damn sure that those specs are perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. So how many of you either have an autistic family member or have somebody in your immediate circle that has an autistic family member? Yeah, about 70% of the audience, yeah. So now, people that might not normally be able to work and take care of themselves and have some autonomy now can.
Yeah, it's really about independence. And most of our business comes from parents who have an autistic child or a friend or sometimes just really, really nice people. And sometimes it takes a little time, but the client always ends up realizing that it's actually a perfect fit. Because you think about somebody with autism and their skills are great attention span, unusual attention to detail, and the ability to do a repetitive task, which is QA testing. That's exactly what they want to do. So particularly in ad operations, if you're some young person getting out of college and you want to go work at an ad firm, the last thing you want to do is be screenshotting 1,000 ads a day and sending it to your client. But our folks really enjoy and relish in the mastery of those tasks. So it's not just a social enterprise where there is a do-good, and that sometimes is the misconception of it. And that might be the foot in the door. But eventually our clients really realize that the staff is just really suited for it because they'll do it for many, many years and they don't lose. If you're doing the same task over and over again for many years, you get really good and fast at it.
Yeah, now I suppose when a company comes to you, they're really checking off two boxes, right? They're getting done what needs to get done, and at the same time, maybe hitting their quotas for socially conscious activities, yeah?
Yeah. Even in today's environment. In fact, next month, please take a look at your Costco circular that you're going to get in the mail. I don't know, 20, 30 million copies. We're going to be featured in it. We're featured in it because we work in a company. We have 25 people working today at a company called Suncast. They make those big plastic outdoor sheds and outdoor furniture. What's the most important part of that big box? It's the parts kit. Because you spend the afternoon putting together this shed and you're missing one
something.
bolt. So our team puts that together in a manufacturing facility not far from our house, and it's decreased their return rate, their complaint rate, and their dial into the hotline rate significantly. So again, it isn't just the do-good, and we appreciate the do-good part, but it's a viable business. It's leverageable to the client.
And does it cost the company, in other words, your client, does it cost them less money than it might cost them elsewhere?
It does, because of course there is a labor shortage, and a lot of people just don't want to work in a factory putting together bags of bolts all day. So the price, labor's gone up quite a bit, and our staff, because of their efficiency and because it's fully managed, it's similar to business process outsourcing. It's all fully managed. You get a bill at the end of the month. You don't have to pay taxes. We take care of all of that.
Yeah, so I remember pre-COVID, everyone worked in the office, but now a lot of people work from home, right?
On the testing teams, some of them do because it's data. You could do it from anywhere. But our staff tends to want to be in the office because there's that camaraderie factor. So I always get a kick out of our staff, and autism presents itself in many ways. But at 12 noon, and I mean 120000, door opens, everybody comes into the lunchroom, and they're all talking about all kinds of great stuff. That's the part that really gets me excited, because I do business development. I'm out here just meeting people. But the end result is a job for someone who really, really deserves it.
That's awesome. So now the company is a nonprofit, correct?
No, it is a for-profit B Corp.
Okay.
So it's not about the money, it's about the mission. Employment is our mission.
Okay. So I presume the number one way that we can help is clients, biz dev, correct?
It is. So you see my name, my smiling face. Find me on LinkedIn. That's, I like to say philanthropy doesn't have to be about writing a check. If you write checks, please do it more. We don't take checks. We're a for-profit company. What we need is networking. So open up your phone, find me on LinkedIn, send me one name of somebody who you can warm intro me, someone who owns a company, somebody who's personally affected by autism, or someone who's maybe sort of a forward-thinking person would understand the connection between this subset of people and their great and highly unusual, we like to say they're superpowers.
Got it. Who's your best client?
Right now it's Costco, because they buy a whole lot of these sheds, and we are swamped. And with this magazine thing coming out, they plan on selling a whole lot of hose reels and sheds that are going to need a lot of parts kits.
Okay, so manufacturers would probably be at the top of your list. Anything else? Service companies?
Yeah.
What's the sweet spot for your best clients?
Well, so our largest client is Suncast, making those sheds. Second is Granger, so global industrial company. And then we have maybe 15 or 20 ad agencies. So our client is actually the end user. So for that example, Microsoft is our largest client. Kara is the ad agency that places ads for Microsoft, and we're screenshotting 1,000 or so Microsoft ads a day, sending it to Microsoft, and then they can, sleep well at night knowing those ads are correct.
Gosh, so it seems like a Meta or Google would be an amazing client for you.
They would, or
Okay.
the ad agencies that service them, and there's a lot of those.
Okay. Well, we have an amazing room of incredible people with tremendous resources. So please snap a shot here of this. Reach out to Brad directly, and yeah.
Hey,
Fantastic,
thanks.
Brad. Thank you.
And a big thanks to you, Daven,
My
for
pleasure.
bringing me into your world.
Yeah,
You're
sure,
a
bud.
good friend. You're also one of the most genuine, kind people I know.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. Appreciate you.